Hello YouTube. So I had like a raid before, and from just Tafuki about like, which is really funny by the way, of like, Parasocial raid, be my friend. And you can see Tafuki saying hi, hello, say hi. YouTube, you better comment and say hi to Tafuki right now. I'm getting mad. The funniest thing is that it's actually not really that difficult to be friends with me. It's just, you kind of have to treat me like a person. Like, it's actually kind of funny because I come from like the art Twitter space of things, which is a very interesting space. I'll say, when it comes to these types of like, social interactions with people and all that stuff, all that type of stuff. And I've had people make comments before whenever I'm just talking to people like randomly that I'm like, oh, these guys seem kind of cool. They always talk about like, stuff like, what the hell? And I'm like, yeah, out of all the people you're talking to me, I was like, yeah, I think you're kind of cool. And I was like, well, you kind of have, a pretty sizable following and stuff. I didn't know you'd think you would be able to like talk to me and stuff and whatnot. And I'm over here like, well, I just don't think numbers really apply that much to me, honestly. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, hey, you're a human being. Like, what happens if all the followers are gone? Are you gonna still be the same person or whatnot? That's the thing you gotta remember, is that no matter what type of following or other shit that you got going on, or whatever status, if all that's taken away from you, what else do you have at that point? A substitute teacher of mine says it best, that they can take your clothes away, your house, your car, everything, but they can't take your character and your education. And I think that's impressive and great, and a lot of people should think about that more often. Because, like, it's kind of incredible that a lot of people kind of have, like, this idle, type of thing where they kind of get, like, overwhelmed of, like, talking to people or even thinking a lot of things might be parasocial to others, which really, it's not really that much the case. I'm not saying it does happen, because I can tell you, as a VTuber, there's definitely some parasocial shit that goes on when it comes to these things. But I feel like people should just be more able to not feel like they have to bend over, backwards for, people to kind of notice them, or just like, just do anything like that, right? Because, I think it's just as nice as just people just say, hey, how's your day doing? That one means a lot more to me than just, doing anything super crazy or whatnot. I'm a DM away, honestly. I'm literally a DM away when it comes to these things, right? Like, it's not that hard to be friends with, people and stuff like that. So basically, it's just, when it comes to these things, you don't have to like be, like doing a lot of crazy stuff for people to kind of catch their attention or something. It's about as simple as, hey, how you doing? How's it going? And that's just how it is. This is how it works, And just imagine this too. Think of it like this. All these other artists that you see are these streamers that would have a type of following. Imagine how they started out. So the people that, think that they don't have time for others, or like trying to like, be more like, oh, I'm above everyone else, they can go fuck themselves, and they're not humble with their own stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the whole thing with what I'm saying. It's not that hard to be friends with people online. It's just, well, don't get overwhelmed or anything like that.
I think an important thing you have to remember, by the way, hi everybody, is not everyone is going to be your friend, and like,
that's okay.
That's another bit, and that's okay, because like, I'd rather have a small group of close friends than like a large group of people I talk to maybe like once or twice a year.
Yeah, and like what Sus says too, I've had people admit that it's kind of intimidating to approach me since I have some kind of following. It's crazy. I get that comment all the time. Like, I get that comment a lot, and I'm like, no, I don't think I'm that better or worse than anybody else because of said following, right? Like,
I don't think many people do, and if they do, they're a huge turd.
Yeah, like, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, like, I don't think people should be nervous to talk or like feel like they have to do a lot to get someone's attention, really. It's just, just always have fun, hang out and all that stuff. That's kind of just how I roll with these types of things. But yeah, that's kind of the big thing. That's my number one thing. It's just, it's not hard to, be friends with people, but keep in mind that there are people out there that, you know, might not open up to be friends or something, but don't let that discourage you. Don't let that discourage you at all. Because, well, we're all human at the end of the day. Like I said, like that one substitute teacher I just said, I'll take away your clothes, your car, your house, everything, but they can't take away you or your education. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it is. Because what the fuck are you if you don't have all the stuff that makes you seem great? Yeah, so that's kind of my whole thing. So always, you know, not a bad idea to try to be friends with people or try to open up with people. And if they don't want to, well, they just don't want to. But it doesn't, but it shouldn't be a factor of how you are as a person. Because if that was the case, my lord, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing this shit at all.
Another point of advice. Again, not everybody's going to be your friend, and you should also not like be upset if they decide that they aren't really interested.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, some people are just busy. Some people just don't vibe with each other, and that's okay.
Yeah, like much like real life. Much like real life. That's like the best way we can describe it. So yeah, like it's not that difficult at all. It's just don't beat yourself up that if things don't go through, but also don't make yourself feel like a shut-in or you have to do a lot for others, because if you have to do a lot for others to get their attention, they need to go fuck themselves. So that's kind of where it is. But I hope this works out or kind of like makes a lot of sense, because like I'm sorry that I seem like I'm rambling a lot, but it's just this is a thing that I have gone through and experienced so many times from people that want to approach me of just like talking, but then they end up like either being intimidated or just using me for opportunity as well. But those types of things. But
I would never use you for any opportunity. Anyway, what's your PayPal information?
Flowers Victory are out right now.
Hey, I want to give my big thanks to everyone watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment your favorite part. And also, I want to give my big thanks to my Patreon supporters, such as Crown Jackie, Onryo, 4Chains, Mr. X, Bluecrasher_1, Candido Molina, and Boss Rickard for the hot tier Patreon support. Thank you very much for the support. And if you want to show your support like these wonderful people, be sure to check the description down below for my Patreon for many benefits, rewards, and goals to meet as well. So thank you very much.